Good morning, SPH students. Welcome, grade 6 through 8, I guess, as I introduce to you our discovery project for the end of the year, which is now being called the SPH Discover Days. This is the form that you're going to be working on today. You'll probably be hearing all about it from me or other teachers at school, and so if you miss that or if you forget everything that's mentioned, this video is here to provide you with guidance when your teacher isn't around. So looking at this document, you're going to notice that you have to put your name and your grade and who your supervisor teacher is at the top. That's pretty standard. But I just want to remind you that this project is for you. The purpose of it is to give you an opportunity to decide what do you love? What do you want to invest in? Where do you spend your time, your hobbies, and be able to give you the opportunity to use class and the skills that we're teaching you as an IB school to make the most of those hobbies, to explore it, see what else is out there for you in that realm. And so the way I've been describing it is, for this, you get to choose your own assignment, your own project, what you're going to do, and it can be based off of your interests, hobbies, curiosities, or what your future goals might be. Maybe you want to be an astronaut and you want to make YouTube videos about space, and that's awesome. And so whatever that is, your supervisor teacher will help you, Mr. Chris will help you, or others, but I'm just going to walk you through this form so you know what to do each day that you're at school. Step one, which will have to be completed this year by day 2 of our Discovery Days, is just as follows. You need to choose something that you're going to focus on. Every IB unit has a key concept. So this year we're giving you 4 options. Next year might be 3, might be 5, depending on how this year goes. You can focus on the key concept of change, culture, logic, or perspective. What you're going to do is, once you've chosen an idea or a passion that you're looking at, see which way you can use this to look at culture, look at logical thinking, perspective, or change. That you've explored those all year in your IB classes, so you can write a little blurb about what your key concept is below, but just circle which one you're choosing to have as your key concept for this project. Then I just want you to write down, what are your passions? Do you love sports? Do you love music, art, video games, cooking, food, culture, spending time with your family? Maybe it's travel. Maybe you have really grown fond of being able to go to museums and see what people have done. Or is it science? Is it experiments or gardening? I don't know. You write down as many passions as you have. Write down how each one of these passions can connect to your key concept. And so why it's 3 to 8 sentences is you're probably going to have 3, 4, 5 passions, and you write 1 or 2 sentences with each one, explaining what it is and how you might be able to connect that passion to the key concept that you've chosen. After that, take that passion, take that key concept, and maybe you want to take something like change as your key concept, and one of your passions is environmental studies. And so you're going to be looking at pollution or whatever that's going on around Central. You're like, I want to bring change. And so your goal with the environmental studies could be start a website, right, where you are giving people ideas or resources for how to bring change or organize people in this area Central to have a positive impact on the environment around them. Maybe you have a certain goal of having so many people come to an event where you share, or start a YouTube channel where you expose the problems that are going on and possible solutions, and your goal is to have 1,000 subscribers or views on each of your videos by the end of our Discovery Days project. And that's what it is. Your goal is to raise awareness of the environmental issues going on around us in Sentul and Jakarta area. Then you kind of just flesh out more the second part of what is your goal, then how does that fit with your interests of environment. Maybe you like videology is too, so you like making videos, so you're going to make a YouTube channel on the environmental needs in Central area. Or maybe you like logic and you want to start a YouTube channel where you just help people make good financial or life decisions. And so you start a website or a book, or you write a book. You could make it fun, like comics, if you're into animations or whatever, and you just take these passions along with your key concept, and you make a goal of, over this next 10 days in school, I'm going to do a project where I make this happen. And so it could be perspective. Maybe you want to help people understand the universe, right? And if you are really into space and science, you're going to be like, um, I want to be able to educate my community on the size of space and the world and our place in it, and then connect that with your goal. Maybe it's culture, right? And you just love cooking Indonesian food, and you want to make a cookbook where you have the recipe for how to cook rendang or satay, but with it you give some of the history and understanding of culture. So when people come to Indonesia, they can buy your book. Your goal would be to allow people to experience wonderful Indonesian food and learn about the culture and traditions through a book. And then you explain how that has personal interest to you. Once you have that finished, you need to create a timeline for finishing your project. The last day is June 13th. I'm not sure what it will be this year. You'll take that, make the last day June 13th, and you'll go the other way, right, from today, which is June 4, and you'll start making days and lists, tasks to be completed. What do you need to have finished? Is it step 1 by day June 5 will be step 1 needs to be completed. That means you have to have your whole, step 1 and step 2. You'll have to have what you're going to do every day finish. The last day, obviously, you're going to be presenting to your supervisor. Have you, when you're putting this in right here, you'll insert your tasks. There might be 5 in a day, there might be 10, there might be 2. On this part right here, you'll add what you actually completed. Did you get everything done for today and some of the next day? And then you just, for later, because you'll want to know, just that day, what challenges did you face? Was it getting your camera to work for recording a video? Was it finding the materials to cook rendang sauce? Whatever it is, what's in there, and then how you overcame these ones. I must remind you right now, I forgot about this, that you cannot have a project for the Discovery Days that cannot be completed at school. So it must be completed at school. You must be able to bring the resources that you need to do it here. Mr. Adrian, Ibu Lisa, Ibu Annie, all these people are ready to help you. They're ready to let you use the 3D printing machine, the gym, or whatever you need to do this project, but you have to bring the food, the science requirement things. So you got to be able to order those or pick them up within the next day. Once you've made this task to be completed, one of those things will be research. You'll have to have that finished by June 3 as well. You need 3 or more sources, so you can add more, but you need to put an MLA cited source for your research. If you're doing it on how to start a YouTube channel, right? I'm sure Mr. Beast or someone has a video on that you can find easily. You cite that source, summarize and paraphrase the information that you gain from it that you need for this project, and then write about why you trust this source. What about this source makes it reliable? And that's going to be about 2 or 3 sentences, making sure that you're showing us that you can identify quality sources. I'm expecting you to have more than 3 sources, but 3 is the minimum for this task. Then you'll see at the bottom, you need to make your own rubric for success. For your cookbook to be successful, what must it have? How many recipes? How many pictures? How many sentences of talking about each tradition? How many viewers on your YouTube channel if you're doing space or science, right? Or how many people do you want to be viewing each video? Once that video is made, what should it be like? What's the length of that video? Quality of images, etc. That's all on you to figure out. Then you make your list of materials that you'll be picking up as soon as possible. I expect you to have maybe 3 or 4 items on what makes your project successful. You decide from your research what makes your product successful. Your teacher is not going to be coming in saying your product is, these are your success criteria for your products. You need to come up with it. Other assignments, teachers do that for you, but today you are the teacher. After that, each day you'll be working on completing your checklist up here of what you need to do, your plan to be successful. You will be working to make a product that meets your own success criteria. And then every day that you're working on the project, at the end of it, you'll write what you did and the accomplishments, the things you did, just a little journal. Your supervising teacher will check this every day. Starting June 5, this will be checked. So the second day of the project, we will be checking to make sure that you're filling this in, you're on task, and that you're ready for the presentation, right? That's going to be to your supervising teacher. And if there's more than 7 days that you're working on it, I think some groups might have 8. You'll add another day for that, but it's just writing down what you did. It'll take 5-10 minutes at the end of every day. Then the very last thing you do after or before your presentation, you will complete these research questions or reflection questions, sorry, right? Choose an IB learner profile that you grew in. See, oh, did I become more of an inquiry or balanced or whatever? Grade your project. You go through, you'd be like, this is my success criteria. This is what it takes for me to have a successful product. What'd you do? What were your strengths? What were your limitations with your final product? Not what you desired, but what it actually became. And so this, you're just showing us if you can analyze and evaluate yourself. You're not going to get less of a score if you say your project sucked or it wasn't very good. And then last, how did this project help you grow and understand who God is and your place in the world? That will be 5 sentences. The supervisor, this is the rubric when you give your presentation and explanation of what it is. This is what they'll be using. They'll give you a score. If you're wondering who your supervisor teacher is, if you're in grade 6, you can find them here, grade 7 here, and grade 8. They will be checking with you every day. However, you have to go to them before the end of the day and show them what you did, this document. As soon as you start working on this document, share, click that share button with your supervising teacher so that they can add it to your, or they can check on your work without you knowing it, basically. All right, have fun.